Good evening, everybody. So I'm just popped into the office to do a bit of printing before going for a little run again. And amazing what you find. You find stuff about the energy and money service, LEAP service. You find cards so that rough sleepers and others in temporary accommodation can register with a GP. You find there are going to be some little cards about donations of wood for the workshop, and then these magazines, Hope for All, which I know are going to some folk at B Cars and also to Pool Food Bank by the looks of it, into Jimmy's. So hey, there's some good stuff here. And I just wanted to bring you up to speed. We the trustees had a big meeting on Friday, and so I'm going to be sending to you this morning, so Monday morning, the interim business plan. We call it interim because there may be other things that are going to happen through the rest of the year, but it goes through that, that red, amber, green model of the essentials, the support and connection, and then the training and purpose stuff. And it talks about some specific objectives we got for the year, which are around making sure, obviously, we deliver our services, minimising COVID risks. We're going to develop and run all those 4 life centres and more, getting all Christchurch finished and maybe upgrading Wimborne. We're going to put more time and effort into how we can develop the recovery and smile side. We're going to look at those services for all, like buddies, to see if we can find a way of doing that across all our services. First phase of restructuring, so we want to put some more support into business support area, into Claire's area. We'll talk to you more about that. And then, as I've maybe mentioned before, we're going to have that branding review early doors in the next month or so, where we actually sit down and go through what is the FaithWorks brand? Do we need that Wessex bit on it? How do we link all the different projects that are within the sort of FaithWorks family? How do we do that in a sensible and cohesive manner? And then that can lead on to changes to the website and things like that. So there are all the things we're going to try and do this year. Got some measures in there, the how much measures, but also the anyone better off measures. So just a couple of sides just to give us something to work around. And on the back of that, the trustees have also had a view of getting the budget ready for this coming year. And you'll have seen some meetings that I've asked for in the next week or so with different project groups, different of you, to try and go through that budget and say, have we included everything we should do? Now, obviously, one of the aspects that's within the budget is around salaries, and I know some of you have been wanted to know about that. So we've been seeking to recognise all that you have done over this past year, and really also within the monies that we've got, I'm going to be writing to each of you in the next few days to give an update on what we want to do around salaries. So look out for those letters. You'll be getting each one an individual letter, so hopefully that will give you clarity on that. One of the other things trustees talked about was around safeguarding. We have a safeguarding little subgroup, and Severa Yetman is our safeguarding lead on the trustees. And we go through all the situations that you've escalated up over the last few months. And there have been not so many in this last 3 months. And that's just a reminder to us that if there is anything that you are just not sure about, if it doesn't quite look or feel right, then it's worth escalating it. Because actually we know that from the past that some issues where we have escalated it have meant people have got some really good help. So don't be shy of coming forward with that. And in the summer we'll have a full safeguarding review of where we're up to. Charity Commission have some really useful standards, like sort of 10 standards, and we'll see how we're doing against those. So don't give up on the safeguarding thing. It's a really big thing. This week, what's coming up this week? Well, Lola is our new student from Europe, from Spain, and she's going to be starting with the B Cars and with the recovery teams. She's going to be with us. You remember Mareka? Well, she's Mareka Part 2, and she's starting this week. On Thursday, I've got what's called the Health and Wellbeing Board, and I'm going to that as chairing the partnership around access to food for BCP, because we really want to get people at quite a senior level in local government and in the NHS to really buy into the idea that there shouldn't be anybody in our area who is suffering food insecurity at the moment. So it's the ideas that some of you are putting in place, the cook bags, the supporting people at the food banks, and beyond into training and activities. All of that we want to get on people's radar and get the support for them and maybe even some resources into what we're doing. I should have said last week, recovery course is now going on a Tuesday, and so it's week 2 on this Tuesday, which Emma and Charlie have just been involved with. There's loads of people, over 200 people nationally, even in Ireland, who are tuning in for that. So it's great to have some stuff, and we've got many people locally who are involved in that. And don't forget, next Sunday is Census Day. You'll have got that through the post, probably yourself. And I know that some of you are helping to be helpers for helping other people to make sure they can fill it in as well. It's obviously a sort of once every 10 years thing, so it's good that we can be involved in that. Once again, there's always so much going on, isn't there? And you do really well just to keep up with all that's going on. I have my mind blown each week by the things that you come up with. So it's good to be reminded. There was a quote from St. Augustine once upon a time, way back in the mists of time. He used to say, "Work as if it entirely depends upon you, but pray as if it entirely depends on God." And as biblical basis for that, there's a verse, real short verse in the New Testament, which just says, "Pray continually." And it's good that we can do that and take all the things that we're doing to God. Thank you so much again, folks. Sorry it's a long message, but we'll hope to talk soon.